Alright everyone, welcome to today's charting session. No? Sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam, what we do here is we take a look at yung mga trending names. Usually, kinukuha natin yung listahan na yun from Investagrams, no? And you can find that list on the right-hand side of your screen. Okay? Pag yun yung gamit nyo na charting provider. Also, we take chart requests, but very often we do a mixture of both. Today, we're actually doing mostly chart requests, no? But I think some of them ay nasa trending names list din. So I really like it when that happens kasi two birds with one stone. Babaw kaligayahan ko eh. Okay, so let's start no with Pecor. So Pecor, we broke out of this white zone here before, broke out of resistance here. So if you look at it, essentially double top to eh. Price broke out of yung double top ng 3.79 to tag yung resistance from here at 4.05. Pero once we tag that, hindi pa tayo nag-close above it. It's been trying but natutulak pababa. So what happened for the past couple of days was we pushed down, tried to push back up, push back down, and mukhang nag-form na tayo ng range muna dito. Okay? Now, what price does within this range, hindi pa natin sure, no? Pwedeng next week bumaksak na yan. Pwedeng next week mabasag na pataas. We don't know. But what we're trying to do is to prepare ourselves for multiple scenarios para alam natin yung gagawin natin kahit na ano ang ibato sa atin ng market. First bullish scenario, syempre, is mabasag to the upside and then may 4.17 na resistance tayo next. After that, then 4.27. Okay, so if we can break to the upside. The other scenario is baka wala lang muna mangyari. Baka mag-consolidate lang muna tayo sa area na to. Okay? And then from there, baka mag-decide yung price what to do next. The other one is essentially, pwede rin natin sabihin that price is flagging. So kung naghahanap tayo ng bullish move, then we might want to wait for a break nitong flag na to. Okay? For a break ng flag for some type of bullish signal to possibly get into the trade, knowing na may resistance pa rin dito, flag or no flag, that needs to break para ma-target yung mga highs. What we don't want to see from here is a little bit harder to say. Normally, sasabihin na iba, pag nabasag yung range, okay na, negated na yung trade, sira na yung thesis. But that's not technically true, no? Kasi dito tayo nagsimula ng consolidation prior to the move higher. So, hindi rin naman nakakagulat if price will come back up to here, diba? Before deciding na, okay, sige, nakahanap na kami ng support, ready na tayong tumulak ulit pataas. Yan yung mahirap sa mga ganitong klaseng trade kapag ka may malalaking green candles na because it's harder to time yung tamang paraan ng entry. Yes, you could trade it na conso at the high or something, but kung nabasag yung conso dito sa taas, which is this, can you honestly say na mali ka na? You're coming into this previous area of resistance, now turns support, plus itong area pa na to. Kaya medyo mastihado tayo. Magiging super bearish to if it not only breaks down dito sa 3.79 but actually breaks below tong white zone na to. If we can break below that white zone, then I think medyo undone na yung move. This might push lower, maybe target the gap here, maybe even lower itong area of resistance na could turn into support if price ever came back here. Okay? Next, let's take a quick look at SHLPH. Okay, so SHLPH, similar yung move sa Pecor pero mas severe yung drawdown ng Shell, no? Dito, mas kita yung move. So, ito, nag-form siya ng high dyan. Nag-form tayo ng low here. Price came down, came back, retested tong area of lows na to at 23.3. Okay, incidentally, siya din yung resistance dyan. So, price broke out of there, came back, tested resistance, turned into support, broke below it, came back up, tested tong support which now turned into resistance, and then from there we push lower. Okay? Now, if sabihin natin from here, ang ayaw natin makita is mabasag tong 21. If mabasag natin tong 21 na area, then highly likely price comes back to trade within this range muna, yung 19.9 to 21 pesos na potential na area, no? So, ayan yung ayaw natin makita if we're bullish ng SHLPH. the bullish move would be na ma-undo to and for price to break above itong 23.5 na area sooner rather than later. Yes, it's still working within the bounds of itong small consolidation na to, but at least, kumbaga na-undo yung move na pag-form ng high, lower high, low, lower low, lower low, no? At least ma-undo man lang yon para kahit papano meron tayong signs of life. Kumbaga. Okay? So, yun yung what I'll be watching out for sa SHLPH. Next, let's take a quick look at green. So, this was a requested chart, no? So, green, last time we looked at this, sabi natin, nagkaroon siya ng cup and handle dito, walang follow-through, broke down, broke below yung handle, broke below yung head or yung cup, di ba? Printed new lows, came back to test support here. Okay? Move back up, tested resistance here, failed, came back, retested support, tapos ngayon na-break yung resistance, pero we're still trapped within this range here. So that's 2.35 to 2.68 na area, no? Honestly, not much to say dito. You can't honestly say na dapat bullish na just because na break tong small range na to. After all, this range overall is not that large and even the break itself is not all that convincing, no? Let's turn on volume. I honestly don't know why my volume keeps going back to black. I've changed it multiple times. But anyways, yan. So, hindi rin naman convincing yung volume niya overall. Okay, so nothing to really say na dapat bullish na tayo sa green. This could just be a normal movement na baka mag-form tayo ng higher low here only to go ahead and print another lower low. Lower high to a lower low. Okay, so konting ingat-ingat lang. Yes, it broke above this trend line here, but again, that's not exactly super bullish considering the location. Tas yun nga, trap pa rin tayo within this range here. Para masabi natin ngayon na talagang bullish yung green. Okay? Bullish yung green. Then we wanted to break above 2.68 first. See if it can hold within this range. And then from there, if we can break above tong white zone, then I think at that time, masasabi natin with more certainty na nagiging very bullish na yung itsura ng green. Right now, too early to tell. If more structure forms, we can discuss this more. And ang maganda niyan, sama-sama naman natin to titignan and mababantayan natin to and matututo tayo together over the next few days, weeks, months, and so on. Okay? So guys, paalala ko lang po ulit na if nagugustuhan niyo po itong mga videos na to, if you find it helpful, if you find it educational, if you find it mildly entertaining, then I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It's one of the few ways kasi for me to assess din kung talaga bang nakakatulong tong content na to sa inyo. Kasi yun naman talaga yung goal. I love to teach but I also want to be able to help all of you in your trading journey. Okay? Moving on, let's take a look at SCC, no? So SCC, so price came here, almost tagged yung resistance at 31 but turned before it could. Came back, broke below tong 29.5 which briefly held as support as you can see from these candles here. Zoom in natin konti. Broke down, then gap down. Tapos, hindi pa nga natin na-fill yung gap here. Medyo bumitin ng konti, no? By a few cents. Tapos, nag-roll tayo ulit, broke below this low, and then tagged yung previous support here. Okay? Whether or not we start turning from here na natag yung support, I don't know. All I can say is a short term, okay? Short term lang ang usapan, ha? Is we are forming essentially lower highs and lower lows. Okay? Possible na nagpa-flag lang tayo pababa. Okay? Nagka-flag tayo pababa. So, pag ganon, we're waiting for a break to the upside ng flag to see if may trade tayo na pwedeng makuha, masakyan, what it looks like if and when this should happen. Okay? However, if sabihin natin, from here, mabasag natin, pati itong mga lows na to, so mga 23.5 na area and so on, then highly likely we come back and possibly fill these gaps na naiwan natin from before. Okay? May tatlong gap tayo na naiwan before. So if magtuloy pa to, it's possible that we come back, tag these gaps here, fill them, then from there, maybe we can see what it wants to do moving forward. All I can say is if sabihin natin matag hanggang dito sa third gap, it's not gonna look as bullish na. Diba? At least not for me. Isipin mo parang ang bilis mo tinaas ang bilis mong binawi. Parang that's not very bullish at all. Diba? From here naman, if we want to see na it's looking like it's gonna turn, then I want to see price come back and fill this gap and break above 29.5 again. Start trading within this range maybe. Consolidation here to give the potential na ma-break na tong 31, then we push higher from there. Okay? And then finally, let's take a look at EMP. So EMP, from the last time we looked at this hanggang today, wala pa rin nagbago, no? Price is still consolidating here. Albeit medyo nagta-tighten ng konti yung pag-consolidate niya. Okay? Baka naghihintay lang to ng balita, naghihintay ng mag-uusig sa kanya na finally gumalaw na. But when that happens, hindi natin alam. Actually, if that happens, hindi rin natin alam. We expect na pwede siyang mangyari, but there's always a possibility that, things could change. Even fundamental drivers could change and so on. But yun lang, based on pure technicals, yes, there is a tightening of the range. May compression tayo na nagaganap. So if we finally do break out, I expect na dapat mabasag tong 19.2 and from there, we possibly push much higher. Okay, I think those are the highs. Sorry, hindi pa pala. So a break from there, okay, a break from there, 22, yung next potential target natin as you can see from this weekly chart. So a break from 19.2, next possible target 22 where we essentially formed a double top right there. Okay? But for now, mahirap na mag-commit na sabihin natin, kailangan buy na or something kasi nga hindi natin alam. Okay? Hindi natin alam. Pwedeng mag-consolidate lang yan for an undetermined period of time tapos before we know it, mag-collapse. Hindi natin alam. Okay? So that's EMP. And that's our video for today. I hope nagustuhan niyo po itong video na to. And I hope meron kayo natutunan or nakatulong po ito sa inyo. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!